Huh.
Well, hey folks, boys and girls, this is Dane at Jonah Guitar. This is just meant to be an update of sorts. I don't think I'm going to really get into anything in detail. I just hit the 200 subscriber mark. It's kind of funny. It's not something I've been trying to do, and 200 isn't anything to get all like crazy happy about. Yeah, I started this like 7 years ago with 5 really short videos on a partial refret on my personal acoustic guitar, an Aria steel string. And well, I didn't do anything for 5 years after that. And I just thought, kind of on a whim, I thought, hey, well, you know what, I think I'll just do some recording, throw them out there, see what happens. And I'm not doing it to make money, not doing it to, I don't know. If I'm doing it for anything, it's kind of a legacy. Maybe just that I found out recently my grandson watches some of these videos. Soon to be 8-year-old grandson. I thought that was pretty cool. So I'll probably keep going, if not for any other reason than that. So a couple hundred subscribers. It's been about 2 years now that I've been loading stuff up pretty regularly, and also over on Facebook now. And I actually think that's where my grandson caught me. And so if you'd rather check things out as they come up on Facebook, go over and check me out there. One thing I did want to say, I did just kind of quickly go through. Right now I'm doing a series on a 9-string guitar where I call it the Gecko. It's up on YouTube, so you've seen probably the first 4 if you follow my channel at all. And I also have a violin rebuild that I'm doing. It's about 100 years old. One of the guys that I watch that does a lot of that sort of thing, I asked him about it, and he said that it was probably somewhere in the 20s. Another one said probably in the 30s. So being that we're almost to the 20s in this century, I would say that it's about 100 years old. So violin rehab there, and that's a complete overhaul. We're taking the thing completely apart because it pretty much just fell apart, and then reassembling the whole thing. About a year and a half ago, I made this cigar box guitar. Havana Honeys, the cigar box, and it's just been kicking around. It actually had a really nice piece of Bolivian rosewood. I don't know if you'll be able to see any grain or anything at all there, but it's just one solid piece, so all the way through, like the old maple, one-piece maple necks. No truss rod, just 3 strings, but a nice piece of rosewood, and sounds good. I've been playing around with that a little bit. The reason I brought this up is because I got another cigar box up on the shelf that I'm probably gonna mess with before long. And it's lady I know had these things hanging over her fence growing. She brought one over one day, and this thing is going to become some sort of stringed instrument. And I've actually seen quite a few approaches online. I think what I'm going to do is try to split the thing right down the middle, all the way right down the middle, and then actually leave this all intact and use this as the bottom of the neck. It's actually about the right size for a neck. So fill this area with wood, flat on top, and then create a top that fits into the half of the bowl, and make a 3 or 4 string something. It's about the right size for a mandolin. So that is some of the things that are possibly coming up. The gourd guitar and maybe another cigar box. And then the things that you're already seeing that are up. I'm also going to build a Les Paul Jr. I may have mentioned that in a previous video, but Les Paul Jr., about a 57, 58 vintage. I want to build it pretty real to the real deal. So body carves or anything like that to make it actually comfortable to play and all the good things that we do now ergonomically. But make it as period correct as possible. I'm going to be shooting for a TV yellow finish on it. Single P90 at the bridge, and just a tone and volume pot. So pretty much 1957 stock, and I'm actually toying with the idea of doing a little bit of relic on it. Maybe it looked like it was a well cared for but still 60 something year old guitar. It's probably more than that now. I have to do math. That hurts. So anyway, that's it. Again, thank you for all you folks who have subscribed. The reason I mentioned how long I've been doing this is I've had guys that subscribed 7 years ago when I had those first 5 little videos up, and they're still hanging in there. So thanks, and take care. We'll see you.